This is Linny and Parker. And I'm Alice, a Lowe's Red Vest associate. These two are eager to refresh their pantry, and I'm here to walk them through the process. Here's Linny and Parker's house. That's Frankie in the background. And here's their pantry.
Our pantry is functional but austere. There's not sort of a rhyme or reason for where we've been putting things.
The top shelf I can't reach at all.
Even like stacking cans, like it's not quite tall enough for 2 cans, but it feels like you're wasting space in there.
A lot of our DIY projects have been outdoors, planting a lot of trees, then plants for food. We've done projects inside the house too. The pantry is the big one that we've been really excited about.
I can definitely help you build a pantry that better fits your needs. What's on your wish list?
This pantry is the biggest pantry I've ever had, but there's no place to hide things away. It's all open shelving, and it would be wonderful to have cabinets or something that we can close. Snacks, like a whole row of snacks at eye level that we can grab.
We have a lovely golden retriever named Frank, and we would like to store his dog food in more of a dedicated area.
Got it. I'm thinking new shelves, a butcher block countertop, and some ready-to-install cabinets. And don't worry, I'll walk you through each step. This is how to build a kitchen pantry with real customers guided by a real Lowe's Red Vest associate. Here we go. First things first, tools and materials. Here's a look at what Linny and Parker will need for this project. We'll begin by clearing out the pantry and giving the space a fresh coat of paint. After 2 coats, let the paint dry for at least 12 hours.
Feeling dry.
It's dry?
Yeah, looks good too, and white.
Use painter's tape to measure and mark the pantry's footprint, and a chalk line for the walls. Measure to where the butcher block will hit, and use this line as a guide. Mark a dot in each corner. Check that the line is level. Now Linny, hold on tight, and Parker, pull the chalk line across the wall. Match the line to the 2 marked dots. Pull taut and...
2, 3.
Perfect.
All right, time to build some shelves. First up, let's set up a workspace. No workbench? No problem. Create a workspace with 2 sawhorses, a piece of plywood topped with sturdy foam insulation. The foam comes in handy when making cuts. Use a handheld circular saw for cutting the shelves. It's versatile and perfect for making short cross cuts and long rip cuts. First, prep the circular saw for cutting the shelf frames. Adjust the saw's cutting depth to just below the thickness of the wood. Selecting the correct blade is key. For this, use a framing blade. Use a tape measure, a straight edge, and a pencil to mark the cut line. Remember, measure twice, cut once. All right, safety check.
Got your glasses?
Safety glasses check. Earplugs check.
Drive the saw through the material on the measured mark without using too much pressure. Smooth and steady. Once you make all those cuts, it's time to assemble a frame. Pilot holes? Check. Screws? Check. Nice and squared up?
Looks straight.
Check. Finally, mark the long sides at even intervals and add some cross supports. Then go ahead and try it for size.
All right.
Check to see how good we are at building shelves.
Let's see if it fits.
Like a glove.
Yeah, looks great.
To install the shelves, work from the top down. Let's start by finding the studs.
Let's find some studs.
I'm talking about wall studs, Parker. Mount the shelf at each stud. Use shims to fill any gaps. Check that the shelf is level with a construction square and drill through the shims to secure.
Yeah, looks good.
All right, once those frames are mounted, it's time to cut shelf boards down from plywood. Let's switch out our saw blade. A blade in the 60-tooth range, which is often called a finishing blade, is what you're looking for. Experienced carpenters freehand a rip cut, but a rip guide might make your life easier. This tool helps to maintain a straight edge if you don't have a table saw. Place the plywood finished side down. Mark the width of the shelf on both ends. Add some masking tape along the cutting line. This will help prevent splintering or chipping along the cut. Adjust the saw's depth, safety gear on, and you're
Ready to rip.
beautiful.
Okay, we did it.
And me and my board.
Next, cut it to the right length with the help of a framing square. Shelf boards coming through! Use a nail gun to attach the plywood to the frames. Brad nails are easy to conceal, giving the shelves a sleeker look. In tough-to-reach spots, construction adhesive will do the trick. Use a spare piece of wood to hold the plywood in place while the adhesive dries. Finally, cover the front edge of each shelf with trim for a uniform look. The adhesive and the brad nails will keep those trim strips from going anywhere.
Looks good, nice and flush.
Perfect.
Now that the upper shelves are in place, install a base out of 2x4s and construction screws for the cabinets and lower shelves. In tight spaces, like a walk-in pantry, shallow upper cabinets are a better fit. Use shims to adjust any unevenness between the floor and the base frames, creating a solid foundation. Trim the shims and attach the base to the studs. Then cover the base with plywood and secure with brad nails.
I'm so proud of myself.
You should be. It's looking so good.
Imagine me as a sweet potato.
I think you make a really nice sweet potato, Linny. Now, it's cabinet time. Secure the cabinets to the base and wall studs using 3-inch screws. Then attach the cabinet doors.
Sweet.
Now, it's time to put those finishing touches on the pantry. Don't forget the trim along the base. And use a nail set to tap any nails still sticking out. Then, fill any holes and cracks with wood filler. And of course, give the shelf surfaces a good sanding, seeking out any high spots before adding a wood stain and finish. At last, the pièce de résistance. Linny and Parker are topping the cabinets with butcher block, creating a durable and beautiful countertop surface.
Perfect. Wow.
After installing the butcher block, seal with a food-safe, waterproof sealant. If you want to learn more about installing butcher block countertops, we've got another great video all about it on the Lowe's YouTube channel. Linny and Parker built out their pantry with new cabinets and shelves. And now, it's time to organize. Start by grouping like items together. Store nuts and beans in clear jars and place at eye level for quick and easy snacking. Transfer dry goods such as rice and pasta into glass jars for easy visibility. Use a label maker to note which ingredient lives where. Snack break! A Lazy Susan makes it easier to reach items in the back without having to move everything in front. Linny and Parker also installed a pegboard with a simple trim. Installing a pegboard is straightforward and doesn't take much time. A pull-out rack in one of the cabinets keeps Frankie's kibble hidden away. Good boy! Ready for the reveal? This was Lenny and Parker's pantry before. And this is Linny and Parker's pantry after.
Wow, it looks so good in here.
Yeah, there's so much more room here before for our big stuff and for organizing everything.
But I can still grab everything, which is so nice.
Yeah, it's really great.
Plenty of room to stack cans on top of each other, and it's very deep too.
And the shelves are really, really sturdy, so I'm not worried about them holding all of our stuff. And I like that we have these cabinets for hiding away Frank's food.
I was really intimidated to do floating shelves. I thought it was gonna be really hard.
Yeah, but it actually is a lot simpler than it seemed.
I learned a lot too.
So did I.
Definitely doable.
Yeah.
I love the pegboard. I love that right now we just have a few things here, but I can see this being full of all sorts of different things to hang.
Yeah. I can see this being the place we expand the most down the line.
This is so beautiful. I'm so excited and so proud of ourselves for building this.
And that's how to build a walk-in kitchen pantry. Nice work, you two! Thanks for watching. All of the tools and materials used in this video are from Lowe's. You can find links to everything on lowes.com in the description below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for more how-tos like this one. Leave a comment below to let us know what you think about this pantry build.